Hi guys, welcome to Linux YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I am your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about some shell script projects. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is the importance of shell script projects and how it's useful in shell scripting. Basically, shell script projects refers to a collection of automated tasks written using shell script language like bash or sh that are grouped together to solve a specific problem or automate a workflow, typically on Linux and Unix system. In my previous demo, I discussed bash scripting and its availability to provide users with a powerful method of managing computers and programming. I even provided a step-by-step guide on how to write a simple bash script to advanced one. However, the best way to learn is through practice. And what better way to do that than to work on a project. So here are I want to show you some three project ideas you can use to practice bash scripting. You can experiment with the scripts and make them your own use case. So let's do the lab session and see how it's useful for us. Here you can see I am on Linux terminal and let me show you the OS release version first of all. So I'll go cat etc red hat release. This is rel 9.3. So let's start with the first project, which is backup script. This is very common case scenario. We have a scenario, think about, we need to create a shell script that is backup, specify directory, compress the backup, then we have to set the name and the backup file with timestamp and store it in some backup folder. And I want to delete old backup file also, for example, older than 7 days. So to demonstrate that part, let's create a simple script. So first of all, we need to create a text file using text editor in Linux. I'm using Vim text editor, but you can go with anyone. So I start demo.sh and let me copy the content from my notepad file. Yeah, here it is, and paste it here. Now let me try to explain line by line. So this is a basic shell script that creates a compressed backup of given directory and save it to our destination folder and then delete older backups after a specific number of days. So the first line is bank line. This is the first line, which is bank line. This tells the operating system to use the bash shell to execute the script. Then from the next line, I'm using configuration here. This line used for organizing the script. It indicates that the following lines involve setup or configuration. Then read minus p, please enter your source path. This one. Uh, this prompt the user to enter the source directory path they want to backup and so store the input in the variable name source underscore dir, right? Then next read minus p, please enter the destination path. Prompt the user to enter the destination path where the backup should be saved and store the input in the variable called backup underscore dir. Then retention days is equal to 7. I use here, right? So set a retention policy for backups older than 7 days will be deleted. Then I have the script logic here. Another comment used for organization indicates that the following sections contain the main logic of the script. Then I use mkdir minus p backup directory. So it's create a destination directory if it does not exist and hyphen p ensure no error if the directory already exists and create parent directories as needed. Then we have our next part, current date is equal to dollar. So this get the current date and time in readable format. First of all, year, month, date, hours, minutes, second, store in the variable called current underscore date. This is used for naming the backup file. Then backup underscore file name is equal to. So here we use unique file name for the backup using the current date and time with the compressed format. Then we have used tar command, tar hyphen czref. So this create a compress archive .zz of the source directory, store it in the destination directory with the generated file name, and ampersand dollar ampersand here, div null, squeeze all the output, both standard output and standard error. Then finally, we have a echo backup created, right? So it's print a confirmation message where the backup was created. And then finally, find command. So find command search all .tar.gz file backup file in the backup directory that are older than the retention day 7, and hyphen m modified time, this time modified more than 7 days ago, and execrm, this delete each matching file. And then finally, old backup, the message, old backup print a message to confirm that the old backup was deleted. So the purpose of this script is ask the user for source and destination directory, create a compressed backup name with the current date and time, store it in the destination folder, and delete the backups older than 7 days. So let's execute our script with a specific permission. So I'll save and quit. I run chmod demo.sh. Now let's run. So I say demo.sh. Please enter the source path. Let it be go slash home. Please enter the destination path. So let it be go random path backup. Right now backup does not exist. The moment I press enter, backup created this and old backup cleaned. So if I go slash, you will notice we have a folder ready with date and time, right? So this is how you can do backup job with this backup script. Or we can add cron job also for automating the backup. Let me copy the script from here to standard location, and I will set my cron job. So I use cpdemo.sh into the usr location, right? Now let me add the script in my cron tab file to take backup every day at 2 p.m. So I run the command cron tab hyphen e, then I say 02. So minutes, first of all, minutes, hour, day of month, month, day of week, and your command, what command you want to run. So in my case, as such, I want to run in usr slash usr demo.sh. That's it, save and quit. So now if I try to go and if I try to check hyphen L list, you can see we can verify our listed job by using cron tab hyphen L. So here you can see job is set which automatically take the backup every day at 2 p.m. Clear? So this is how we can go with the first projects. Let's go another project which is Dix uses alert script. So creating Dix uses alert script is good way to get notified when your server or computer is running low on disk space. So this time my requirement is I want to monitor disk uses and send a warning if it is increased or certain threshold value. So let me modify my script one more time and then go with this case. So I remove this. I'll go vim demo.sh. Let me copy my script one more time from my notepad and paste it here. Okay, let me explain this. So this is a basic shell script again used to monitor the disk use on Linux Unix file system and send an email alert if user go beyond a specific threshold value. So the first line is as usual shebang line. This tell the operating system to use the bash shell to execute the script. Then I set threshold is equal to 80, right? So it set a disk use threshold at 80%. If users go beyond this, the script will trigger a warning and send an email. Then again we have a host name is equal to $host name. Get the name of the system like server 01, server 02, whatever it's there, useful to identify which machine is triggering the alert. Then we have a date. So date, this custom variable capture the current timestamp and use in the rest of the script for logging purpose, right? Then we have a uses, this line does the work of finding the disk uses percentage of root volume, which is slash in my case, right? df slash h, First of all, if I say df slash, it reports the disk space used for the root file system. Then I use grep, filter the line related to the slash. Then I use awk, filter the awk print $5, execute the fifth column, which is the uses percentage, like 45%, 60%. Then I use sed command, sed small s, then percentage g, remove the percentage symbol, so it's pure a number like 45, not 45%. And then finally I use if condition. So here in the if condition start, it will check the disk use is greater than the threshold value, like whatever I defined 80 or not. If condition is true, then we got this message, disk use is print a warning message that disk use is above this threshold value and the current use is this and on this date and time, right? So it's print a warning to the console or log with the timestamp. And from the next line, here I can trigger the email also, right? So I write down here subject disk alert. Here you can see this subject disk alert on the host name. Body is disk uses on host name is currently high, like this, on date, and to receipt is your email ID here. So for this to work, the system must have mail installed and properly configured, like mailx with SMTP relay. Currently, I don't have any this environment here, but I just write down this part here. Next line, else condition start here. Disk uses under control $uses on date. So if the disk use is below the threshold, it just print the disk use is under control with the percentage including the timestamp. So in short, this script basically check if the disk uses on slash exist at threshold, like 80%, send an alert email if the use is too high, and print a message indicating status. So let's run the script and see the result. So if I try to go first of all df capital th slash, you can see it's 63 right now, right? It's not go beyond 80. See what happen if I run the script demo.sh. Disk use is under control, 60% on this. This is how we can check it. Suppose if you want to check beyond that one, so suppose I said threshold, so suppose it is 60, then definitely let's go beyond. Disk use is above 60% and mail command not found, because I told you I don't have configured mail here. But yes, if it is there, you will trigger the message, right? This is how you can use it. Let's go one more project, which is organizer script. Directory organizer shell script is a bash script that automatically organizes the file in a directory by storing or moving them into the categorized subfolder based on the certain rules, typically file type and date and name, partition or size. For example, suppose you download many files into your home download folder and it's disarranged, then directory organizer script automatically move the files into the folder based on the predefined condition, like JPG I want to move inside images and PDF file I want to move in the document, something like that, right? So let's modify my script and go this kind of structure. So let it be go one more time back on my notepad and I'll copy the content. Yeah, here. So this script is simple bash script that organizes the file in your defined directory by the file type. So the first line is shebang line, tells the system to execute the script using bash shell. Then from the next line, read minus p, define your target directory. This prompt the user to input a directory path. The prompt messages define your target directory. The user input is stored in a variable called target underscore directory, not tiger, sorry. Then we have a cd target underscore directory and double pipe exist. This trigger to change the current directory to whatever the user entered, in my case dollar target underscore dir. If that fails, the directory suppose does not exist, the script exists to avoid the error. Then mkdir minus p image, documents, videos and other. So create 4 directory if they don't already exist. Image for images, document for PDF, video for video, other for everything. So hyphen p flags ensure no error if the directory already exists. Then I have start the for file in star. So start a loop over all files and folder in the current directory. Then if condition start, it will check. It will check that the current item, in my case dollar file, is a regular file or not. Means ignoring directory or symbolically. Case file $file in begins a pattern matching block to store the files based on their extension. Like if it is the JPG or PNG, it will move to the image folder. If something is PDF, it will move to the document. Something is MP4 MKV, move to the video, and something is other, it will move to the other. So this is the simple thing, right? And if and finally we have file and the if condition or regular files and then done. So ends for the folder, and at last we have echoing one more time. Echo files organized in target underscore dir. It prints a confirm message when the script is finished. So basically this script navigate to the target folder, then create a folder, image, document, videos, other, if not exist, then moves file into the appropriate folder based on their file extension. So let's make some file to the demonstration for the demonstration part, then we'll check, right? So I'll exit from here. For example, I move inside the download folder. So currently in download folder, I don't have any kind of files. Let me create some random files just for testing purpose. So I'll make some file here, which is uh, ls. We have some file here, right? Let me make one more file, touch f.mkb. Yeah. So we have some file here, and now let's see the current tree structure first of all. Current tree structure is, if I try to go, oops, what happened? Let me open the new folder. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll move tree dot. That is the current condition, right? So we have only files here. Now let's run our script and see how that's automatically organize the file. So I'll go back here. I run only demo.sh. So define your target directory, download this time, right? So what's your target directory? OWNLOADS. This is my target directory, right? Download. The moment I press enter, files organize in download. It's done. Now let's see the tree structure one more time. So if I go and if I run directly from here, tree downloads, you can notice, wow, look at that. Everything is properly placed. We can see all files are automatically organized with their respective folder. So this is how we can use directory organizer script. So that's a script. So I hope picture is clear for all of you. Finally, we are in the conclusion part, which says that these three projects provide a great opportunity to practice bash scripting and understand its usefulness. And remember, you can customize them by adding or removing features to create an endless possibilities. That's all about this demo. Thank you for taking your time with me, and I hope that it has improved your understanding of the topic. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out to me through my social media links, which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.